Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a critical topic for anyone living in areas prone to forest fires, understanding your insurance strategies. Whether you live in an area prone to wildfires or not, this information could save you a lot of stress and financial strain. There's a high frequency of these events across Canada and the USA. We have to be prepared. Specifically, we'll explore the types of coverage you can expect, with a deep focus on additional living expenses (AL) coverage. Let's get started. First off, regarding forest fires, most standard homeowners insurance policies in Canada and the US include fire damage coverage. Here's what you typically get. Dwelling coverage. This covers the structure of your home if it's damaged or destroyed by fire. Personal property. This protects your belongings inside the home, like furniture, electronics, and clothing, against fire damage. Liability. If a fire starts at your home and spreads to a neighbor's property, this coverage can protect you from legal claims. Additional living expenses, AL. This is where we'll spend some time today. ALE helps cover the cost of living somewhere else while your home is being repaired or rebuilt. This can include hotel bills, restaurant meals, and other living expenses. It's crucial to understand the specifics of ALE in your policy because it can significantly ease the financial burden during such stressful times. So, make sure to review your policy and talk to your insurance agent about the details of your AL coverage. Knowing what you're covered for can make a world of difference when disaster strikes. ALE coverage steps in when your home becomes uninhabitable due to fire damage or if you're under a mandatory evacuation order. Here's how it works. Accommodation. If your home is damaged to the point where you can't live in it, ALE will cover the costs of temporary housing. This could be a hotel, a rental apartment, or even a stay with family or friends where you're compensating them for your stay. Example. After the 2016 Fort McMurray fire, many residents had to stay in hotels for weeks or months. Their insurance covered these costs, up to the policy limits, which are usually a percentage of your dwelling coverage. Meals. If you're displaced, your regular food expenses might increase. AL can cover the difference between your normal grocery bill and what you're spending on meals out or more expensive groceries at your temporary location. Example. Let's say you normally spend $300 a week on food, but now, staying in a hotel without a kitchen, you're spending $500. Your insurance might cover that extra $200 per week. Replacement of damaged contents. While this isn't strictly AL, it's part of the broader coverage for dealing with the aftermath. If your personal items are damaged by smoke or fire, your insurance will help replace them. Example. If your furniture, clothes, and electronics are destroyed or damaged beyond repair, your policy's personal property coverage will kick in. However, remember there might be limits, especially on high-value items like jewelry or art, where you'd need additional scheduled coverage. Understanding these components of AL can significantly ease your mind and financial burden during stressful times. Make sure to review your policy and talk to your insurance agent about the specifics. Document everything. Keep receipts for all expenses incurred due to your displacement. This includes hotels, meals, laundry services, or even pet boarding fees. Understand your limits. Most policies have a cap on AL, often around 20 to 30% of your dwelling coverage, and there might be time limits too. Check your policy for specifics. Communication with insurance is essential. Contact your insurer ASAP. They can guide you through the process and might even advance funds for immediate needs. Pre-disaster planning. If you live in a high-risk area, consider discussing with your agent about increasing your ALE limits or understanding your policy's evacuation coverage in detail before a disaster hits. By being proactive and informed, you can ensure a smoother recovery process. Knowing what your policy covers and having all your documentation ready can make a significant difference during an already stressful time. Stay prepared, stay informed, and stay covered. This process can be complex and time-consuming, but with the right steps, you can navigate it successfully. First, contact your insurance company as soon as possible to start the claims process. Be prepared to provide detailed documentation, including photos and lists of damaged or lost items. Keep all receipts for expenses related to temporary living arrangements and any repairs you need to make immediately. Next, understand the specifics of your policy. Know what is covered, what is not, and what your deductibles are. Your insurance agent can guide you through the nuances of your coverage and help you maximize your claim. Consider hiring a public adjuster if you feel overwhelmed. They can work on your behalf to ensure you receive a fair settlement. Make sure you confirm their fees prior to engagement, as it could be a percentage of your settlement from the insurance company. Additionally, explore other sources of financial assistance. Government programs, community organizations, and charities can provide grants, low-interest loans, or other forms of aid to help you rebuild. Don't hesitate to reach out and apply for any assistance you're eligible for. Lastly, create a financial plan for the future. This includes reassessing your insurance needs, setting up an emergency fund, and possibly investing in additional coverage options to better protect your home and assets. With a solid financial strategy and the right support, you can rebuild not just your home, but also your peace of mind. First up, let's talk about dwelling coverage. This is the part of your insurance policy that covers the actual structure of your home. If a fire damages or incinerates your house, dwelling coverage helps you pay to repair or rebuild it. You need to make sure your dwelling coverage reflects the full cost of rebuilding your home. Costs can fluctuate, especially after a widespread disaster. Talk to your insurance agent and get an independent appraisal. Don't just assume your policy limit is enough. Do your research, do the math, and make sure you're covered for the worst-case scenario. Okay, so we've talked about the actual structure of your home, but what about all the stuff inside, your furniture, clothes, books, and vintage vinyl collection? That's where personal property coverage comes in. This coverage is typically a percentage of your dwelling coverage. You need to know if you have actual cash value or replacement cost coverage. Take inventory of your belongings and estimate their value. When disaster strikes, you'll be grateful you took the time to document everything. We've talked about the house itself, the stuff inside, and where you'll live if the house is gone. But what about the aftermath? A fire leaves behind a lot of mess. That's where debris removal coverage comes in. This covers the cost of clearing away debris left by the fire. We're talking about hazardous materials and structural damage. Then there's landscaping. Landscaping coverage can help with the cost of replacing trees, shrubs, and plants. Check your policy to see what's covered and what's not. Forest fires are devastating, but with the right insurance strategy, you can focus on rebuilding and recovering. Make sure your policy includes AIL and other essential coverages to protect your family and your future. Don't wait until it's too late. Talk to your insurance agent, review your policy, and make sure you have the coverage you need. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. Follow Claims Navigation for videos like this, and we'll see you in the next video.